Hi everybody, welcome back to the All Things Good channel and to another video, Vlogmas Day 11. Day 11. Oh, well, it's Sunday, so happy Sunday to you. It's still the weekend. I have got visitors today, so I won't get a chance to do a lot of filming. So today's Vlogmas is actually going to be pre-recorded from last night, and it's myself and Grace having a little chat about Christmas. Well, actually, it's a Q&A. So Grace asked the questions, all sorts of things related to Christmas. We sat back, had a hot chocolate and just had a bit of a chat. So I hope you enjoy today's video. Let's get into it. How delicious does that look? I'm going to enjoy every second of that. Thank you, Grace, for my hot chocolate. Grace and I are just having a bit of a chill, and we're going to do a bit of a Q&A between us. So it's hot chocolate time with Grace and Polly. So Grace is going to ask me some questions about Christmas. Grace doesn't want to be on camera, but that's fine. She's going to ask me some questions about Christmas, and I shall try and answer them as honestly as I possibly can. Okay. Cheers. Fire away, Grace.
What is one Christmas present you remember really wanting as a child?
One Christmas present I really wanted as a child that I got or didn't get?
Either.
Ooh.
Or both.
I really wanted, one of my best friends, she had an Etch-a-Sketch. Do you remember Etch-a-Sketch? You won't remember Etch-a-Sketch. It's like looked like a red television, and where you draw it. It got the lead thing in it, and it got two white buttons, and you could draw with it. And she had an Etch-a-Sketch, and I wanted one for ages, and I never got one. So that's something I always wanted. And I also wanted, because she used to get all the best presents, my friend Melissa, she always got the best presents, and she also got a Frosty the Snowman. He was, I'll have to find a picture of it and show you. Frosty the Snowman that would make like slush puppy kind of drinks. She got one and I didn't.
What's the biggest Christmas tree that you've ever seen?
What's the biggest Christmas tree I've ever seen? That's a really good question. I'm not sure I can think of the answer. Let's have a think. I think it must be one in New York City. I think possibly the one in New York City.
Have you not been to the Netherlands at Christmas before?
Oh, I've been to Denmark at Christmas time, and I've been to, I tell you where I saw a really big one, Vienna. It was January, but they'd still got it up.
What is your favourite Christmas dessert?
What is my favourite Christmas dessert? Well, I always do have a Christmas pudding just because it's traditional, but I don't particularly love it. But my favourite Christmas dessert, oh, I've got two actually. I like chocolate Yule log, because that reminds me of being at Granny's house when I was a little girl. She always had chocolate log. But I also love a trifle. I love trifle at Christmas.
Well, speaking of traditions, does your family have any Christmas traditions?
Family Christmas traditions have changed over the years, obviously, with people being here and not being here and what have you. But we always went to, when I was a kid, we always went to midnight service, midnight mass on Christmas Eve. And I think Mum did that on purpose, because I think she wanted us to stay up really, really late on Christmas Eve so that we'd go to sleep and then we wouldn't wake up too early on Christmas Day. So we were told to stay awake to go to midnight mass so that we wouldn't get up too early on Christmas Day. I think that was the reason. But we always went to midnight mass, and the other tradition was we always had traditional roast turkey dinner with the family on Christmas Day.
What is your least favourite thing about Christmas?
What is my least favourite thing about Christmas? My least favourite thing about Christmas is loneliness, because I think Christmas can also be an incredibly lonely time for people, and I always think more about the homeless as well at Christmas, And I think that hits you more at Christmas time, and it should hit us more all the time, shouldn't it? But I do think about it and feel it more at Christmas. And I'm not very keen really on all the commercialism of Christmas. I think, to me, Christmas is about beautiful decorations and embracing our families and our loved ones and making the most of us all being together. So what I hate about Christmas is the sadness actually it can bring to some people.
You might have already answered it, but what is the most important thing about Christmas to you?
The most important thing about Christmas to me is my family, because it's when we all get together.
What is your first memory of Christmas as a child?
My first memory of Christmas as a child is, wow, and I can remember it really, really well. And let's just try and think how old I would have been. I think I must have been about 4 or 5. And I'd asked for a bike for Christmas. And I remember getting up and going into my sister's bedroom. And my sister was 9 years older than me, so she would quite happily stay in bed a bit longer on Christmas Day, but annoying little sister wasn't going to let her. She'd go and wake her up. And I remember walking to my sister's bedroom, but my sister's bedroom door was right by the top of the stairs. So as I stood at the top of the stairs and I looked down, I could see a huge parcel in the hallway downstairs. And I looked at the parcel and I went into Sarah's bedroom and I went, Sarah, he's been. And that, I remember doing that vividly. And when I got to the bottom of the stairs, there was a bike. Father Christmas bought me a bike.
If you could have only one type of Christmas sweet this year, what would you choose?
Sweet, as in a sweetie sweet?
Yeah.
If I could only have one Christmas sweet, what would it be? It would be a Quality Street, I think. So, oh dear, I think it'd be a strawberry cream. Be a strawberry cream.
What is the weirdest or ugliest Christmas decoration that you've owned?
The weirdest Christmas decoration I have owned. Well, I think this year takes some beating. I think our Father Christmas on the stairs is a bit weird, don't you? I know you think he's weird.
Yeah.
He is going to have to go. I think he'll have to go somewhere special. To a special no home. But as a kid, I remember a little, well, I think it's meant to be a little snowman I'd made at school. But Mum insisted on putting it on the Christmas tree every year, and was still doing this when I was about your age, Grace, about 18. And in the end, it looked like an owl with a tilted head, with his head falling off and his eyebrows were everywhere. And I'd sort of stare at it and think that was really weird. But she insisted on putting it on the tree every year.
Who is the hardest person to buy for at Christmas?
Oh my God. The hardest person to buy for at Christmas? Adam. Yeah, it is Adam, I suppose. Because, well, he's into games and stuff, isn't he? Like PlayStation and things like that. But he buys all those himself because he knows what he likes. So inevitably he'll get money. And I do get him some extra bits and pieces, but he's not very materialistic, is Adam, at all. He's not very materialistic at all. He's always happy with what he gets, but he's also quite minimalist as well. So, I mean, there's things in his bedroom now that actually I bought him last Christmas. There's down the side of his wardrobe, there's a box and it's called Pub in a Box. And it's got beer in and crisps and it's like a selection thing. And it's still down the side of the wardrobe because it didn't have it last year. And whenever it's Easter, oh my God, if you used to buy Adam Easter eggs when he was a little boy at Easter, they'd still be in his room for Christmas because he just wouldn't eat them. So Adam's quite difficult to buy for, and actually my mum's quite difficult to buy for because I think it's a bit easier now she's older, but when she was a younger lady and I was a teenager, I used to find it difficult to know what to buy for Mum. She seemed to have everything householdy. My dad would buy her perfume and sort of those kind of nice things. So inevitably she'd get something homemade or, you know. So yeah, Mum used to be quite difficult.
What is the most memorable or proudest moment that has happened to you this year since last Christmas?
Oh, that's a really good question. 2 proud moments for me this year, actually. One is you, Grace, passing your driving test and getting your car. I think you've done so well. That's made me really proud. And you've worked so hard as well since you've had your car. You've worked really hard at work. So I'm super, super proud of that. And for me personally is starting the All Things Good channel and my lovely subscribers on YouTube. I'm very, very grateful for. So I'm very proud of that.
If you were Santa Claus, what type of biscuit would you want to be left on Christmas Eve?
If I was Santa Claus, what kind of biscuit would I like to be left on Christmas Eve? I'm a bit partial to a hobnob.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
I do like a hobnob. What's that? No, and a ginger biscuit. I do like a ginger biscuit. This is lovely.
You
Keep going.
deserve to be Santa. Would you rather build a snowman, go sledding, have a snowball fight, or stay inside and drinking hot chocolate?
Preferably stay inside, drink hot chocolate. Second of all, make a snowman. I love making snowmen.
What is on your Christmas to-do list each year in order?
Well, I always write cards. I'm quite a traditionalist when it comes to writing cards. So I always write Christmas cards. I always cook the Christmas dinner, don't I? So I've always got to do the food shopping for Christmas dinner. And I always buy one new decoration of some description. Whether it's for the tree or for the house, I always buy just one thing each year that's new. So this year in particular, we bought the St Patrick's Cathedral, and I think, other than a few candles, other than the millions of candles that we've managed to have bought this year, I think
the tree's new this year.
Oh, the tree's new, of course. Our new 6-foot Balsam Hill pre-lit Christmas tree is new this year. So yeah, we've bought a bit more this year.
I think everything's pretty much new this year.
The cones are new, aren't they, this year? Actually, no, we have done more this year. The cones are new this year. The stockings are new, but they were bought in the January sale last year, but they are new for this Christmas. The tree's new. St Patrick's Cathedral's new. What's new?
Mila's new.
And Mila's new. Merry Christmas, Mila. Oh, it's Mila's first Christmas. We'll have to buy her something, Grace, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a funny moment that has happened to you since last Christmas, or even a funny Christmas memory?
A funny Christmas memory is, I suppose it wasn't really very funny at the time. It wasn't funny for your granddad, but it was funny to me. It was scary and funny, actually, because I was, again, really, really little. I was probably 3 or 4, and unfortunately, my dad came down with chicken pox on Christmas Day. But when my dad was a young man, so when I was little, he was a redhead. So he had bright ginger hair, lots of freckles, chicken pox, and then his face was covered in calamine lotion. So it got all these white blotches on. And he came downstairs on Christmas Day, and both me and my sister screamed because he did look very scary, and then we laughed quite a lot. So I do remember that being a very, very funny Christmas Day. I think it wasn't very funny for Dad. He was very poorly.
Have you ever spent Christmas Day with someone else's family?
I have never spent Christmas Day with someone else's family. I've had one Christmas where I didn't see my family, and that was the first Christmas I was married to your dad. And we had moved, we had relocated areas for his job. We just moved there and I was just pregnant with Adam. So we decided not to travel that Christmas Day. So that Christmas Day was just me and your dad. And then I think we travelled and saw my family the next day. And that was a bit odd, actually. But no, I have never spent Christmas Day, other than that one, with anybody other than my family.
What do you prefer more, turkey or gammon at Christmas?
Well, we do have turkey at Christmas, but I never buy it the rest of the year. So
it's a bit dry.
I have it. Yeah, you're not that keen on it, are you?
Mm-mm.
I do have it, I suppose, just traditionally, but I do like gammon as well. And what my favourite on Christmas Day is a mix. Is a bit of turkey, a bit of gammon, a bit of beef maybe. And Adam's vegetarian, so he either has nut roast or he has corn, something made with corn chicken or something. We just turn it into a roast dinner for him. But I suppose I have to go with turkey because it's just the one day a year we have it.
What is the worst Christmas present you have ever received?
What's the worst Christmas present I've ever... Oh! This is about your dad again. Your dad bought me a kitchen mixer one Christmas, and that was it. That was it.
Do you decorate your house at Christmas?
Do I decorate my house for Christmas? No. Can't be bothered.
What's the best Christmas present you've ever received?
I really need to think about this. The best Christmas present I've ever received. Oh, actually, one of the best, but I didn't end up going in the end, was, I think I was about your age, and my then boyfriend, no, I was younger than you, and my then boyfriend bought us tickets to go to Memphis, Tennessee, to go to Elvis Presley's house, Graceland. But my mum and dad wouldn't let me go because they didn't want me to travel alone with him being so young all the way to America. So we didn't actually go in the end. But that was a really good Christmas present, and I'd go now if anybody's offering, by the way.
Are you prepared to move Christmas dinner to a later time this year?
Am I prepared to move Christmas dinner to a later time this year? What, so that you'd have it in the evening rather than lunchtime?
Yes, because I'm at work.
Oh, are you? Grace is going to work on Christmas Day. This is the first I know about this.
Forgot to tell you.
What time are you working?
We'll be done for like 4 or 5.
Okay. This year we're going to change what time we're having Christmas lunch. It would appear Grace has just exclaimed that she's going to be working on Christmas Day. Well, I have thought about this before on previous years and never done it, but I think it's a great idea because sometimes at lunchtime you're not too hungry for a big meal.
You get too full.
And you get too full too quickly and then everybody falls asleep. So I think we could, yes, what we will do, we will have our Christmas dinner this year at tea time, 5, 6 o'clock. That's what we're going to do.
What is your favourite Christmas film?
What is my favourite Christmas film? One that I love because I used to watch it with my granny and when I was a little girl, and I've watched it many times, so it's become a bit of a tradition at Christmas. I haven't watched it yet, but I love It's a Wonderful Life. And if you haven't seen it, do. It's a very old film with James Stewart and it's just lovely. It's quite a long film, but the last hour of it is magical.
What is your favourite and least favourite Christmas song?
What is my favourite and least favourite Christmas song? My favourite Christmas song is by Paul McCartney. It's Wonderful Christmas Time. I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. My least favourite one is that one with, is it the Pogues? Only because he's got funny teeth and he used to scare me.
I like that one. Are you ready for the last question?
Oh, last question.
Would you like some cheese and biscuits?
Ooh, look at this. Cheese and biscuits. We're having cheese and biscuits and hot chocolate. How decadent and Christmas-fied is that? Yes, I'm going to do this. Grace got this from, Grace went to Manchester last week to the Christmas market. And this is from a company called the Cheshire Food Company, or the Cheshire Cheese Company. And this might look like a piece of Christmas cake, but it's actually toffee flavoured cheese. It's delicious. It's delicious. It does actually taste like Christmas cake. Mmm. Last question.
That was the last question.
The last question was, do you want some cheese? Hello, Albert. Albert, are you with us? No, not really. So that's it, end of day 11. I can't believe it. I've got to go and make cakes now for my visitors that are actually coming today, which is Sunday. Oh, I'm starting to lose track, everybody. I'm starting to lose track. Get a grip, get a grip. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's Vlogmas video, and I shall be back tomorrow, Vlogmas day 12. But until then, stay safe, stay in the boat, do all things good. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Vlogmas video day 12. My goodness, take care. See you then. Bye.